afternoon, everybody. I thought I was going to say morning then. I'm pleased to let you all know that I've taken off my puffer jacket, especially for today. It's a little bit chilly. And welcome to our 5th marketing clinic about how to engage with millennial platforms. Today, I have 2 special guests with me. I'm joined by Georgie Logie-Smith, our marketing manager, and Abigail Jones, our content creation executive. Good morning, Georgie and Abby.
Good afternoon, Jude.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. Hopefully we'll be doing this soon all together back in the office. I think we're all dying to get back there. Just, I think, for the banter and so that you can see how truly hilarious I am on a daily basis. You forgot, I know. All right, today we're going to explore some millennial platforms, YouTube, IGTV and TikTok, what they are, who uses them, and how you can use it in your content plan. So YouTube has 15 million unique Australian visitors per month, and that's a stat from March. 15 million. TikTok has 850,000 unique Australian visitors per month. And Instagram as a whole, not just IGTV, but Instagram has 9 million. So there's some pretty big numbers there that we need to be able to get a handle on. So let's start with, why do you need to know this stuff? I think one of the main reasons is that you need to know it to stop the deflection from poor sales performance. I'm going to put it out there because this is what I've experienced. I don't know if you've experienced it too. But I've experienced in a Monday morning sales meeting when a sales manager or a sales consultant will say, we need YouTube, TikTok, IGTV, Instagram, whatever it is. You know, that's why we need it to make more sales. Everyone's got it. We need it, all that sort of stuff. It really is just a deflection. And so you need to be armed to be able to say the reasons why you either do or don't need it, because what it can happen is that they can pressure you into getting taking focus off really what your job is, and that's to help the sales team by getting you to focus on, oh, we've got to get something on TikTok. It also, you need to know it because it helps you answer the question of why aren't we on? So I'll give you an example. We did some work for a developer who goes, oh, we need to be on Instagram. We need to be on Instagram. And it was because he was on Instagram. He wasn't on Facebook, he was on Instagram. But the problem was that they didn't have any assets. So they didn't have any photography. They didn't have any imagery that we could use on Instagram, and they weren't prepared to invest in it. And so the only reason why he needed it was because he was on it and he wanted to show all his friends. And I reckon we've all been in a situation like that. The third reason is you need to know it because you need to start planning for the future. And when Facebook first came in, it was all the young kids were on it, and now it's all the older people. So we need to understand the trends of these types of platforms and how we're going to use it in our marketing toolkit in the future. And also it can help you keep you focused on the job at hand. So what I've said before is you can get distracted by your project team, your manager, the owner of the business, whoever it might be, who wants, you know, somebody said to them at a dinner party, oh, ABC Homes is on TikTok. Why isn't your brand? So if you know it, then you can give them the answer of why you're not on it. All right, let's get going. The final reason is that you should always be educating yourself. So it's not up to your employer to give you continuous education. You know, they've got to give you some professional development, but you should always be educating yourself and investing in your own future. So for example, on Sunday afternoon, I did an online course on YouTube and how to work all the SEO and how the advertising works and that sort of stuff, because I didn't know all of it and I needed to educate myself so that I could now talk to you about it. So let's talk about YouTube. So this is something I didn't know. It's the second largest search engine after Google. And what that means is that you can be found in lots of different ways, not just from your SEO on your website, but it also for SEO for your videos, etc. on YouTube. And it's really easy for users to access it from different devices, whether you're on your PC, your laptop, your tablet, or your smartphone. And it's lots of user-generated content, and it's where people can watch, like, comment, share, and upload their own videos. And here's a staggering stat: 4.7 million Australians aged 18 plus spend an average of 19 hours and 12 minutes per person on YouTube. I know that I watch a particular thing on YouTube. I'm too embarrassed to share it. It's nothing bad, but it does have something to do with Dr. Sandra Lee and her channel, The Pimple Popper. It is a bit addictive. So what are the benefits of YouTube for business? Well, you can leverage the massive traffic. So we've just talked about how many users and how long people spend on YouTube. There's the exponential growth of online videos is apparent on YouTube, has 4 billion videos viewed daily. And you can use YouTube for your business. You can easily reach your audience. So it has targeting like Facebook, both by creating videos and also by advertising on other people's videos. YouTube can also help boost your Google ranking. Search results in Google are a blend of videos, image, news, and local searches. And the aim of Google is actually to show the most useful information for search users. So if you've got really useful information and it just happens to be on YouTube, then it's going to rank on Google. You can also take advantage by writing high quality articles on your website and creating a complimentary video for YouTube. And this way you can build backlinks to your site, which means people can find you on Google more often. It also helps with your repurposing content. We spoke about repurposing in webinar 2. And one of the things that we spoke about was you write a blog, you can turn it into a video, it can go on your website, and then it can go on YouTube as well. And it also helps you reach different audience and a large audience, and it's on a different platform. So it's a win-win. It can also help with your lead generation strategy. Now, I just want to put a proviso on your lead generation strategy about YouTube. In order to be able to have a lead form within a video on YouTube, you actually have to have a $50,000 US spend on Google Ads. So it might count some of you out, but you can build your email list if you've got some really engaging content. And you can actually have sign-up forms that you can put directly into YouTube videos, but it is that proviso about your spend. And the other really interesting thing about YouTube is you can target your audience with AdWords for video. So I've been doing some research into this. It can be a little complicated or probably not complicated, but time consuming at the start. But they have AdWords tailored for videos. And if you use these, you can really become focused in accessing your audience by advertising on videos where your audience are more likely to watch and search for. And you only have to pay for engaged views. So your audience must watch your ad for at least 30 seconds, otherwise you don't have to pay. So there is a really good benefit of having some YouTube videos and having your AdWords strategy attached to it. Let's talk now about what video content works best. So there's 4 different types. They put in these sort of pillars of explainer videos, virtual tours, customer testimonials, and how-to features. And we've noticed in the last couple of weeks during this whole shutdown that lots of developers and builders have created virtual tours, and it's a great place to house them. So let's go through each one. Explainer videos. So this type of content gives really useful information for your target audience. So you might consider things like explaining current trends in real estate, or topics like why it's a really good time to buy, how to save for a deposit, how to get your mortgage approved. You can also explain modern home trends that are popular, such as open plan living, upside down homes, entertaining areas, things like that. So explainer videos, if you've got content like in a blog that you could use to do explainer videos, you should give them a try. The second one we just touched on is virtual tours, and you really can't go wrong with virtual tours. Some people might not have time to go and visit your displays personally, so why not bring them to them sitting at home on their couch? They'll be able to see the interiors of your display homes, they can explore their options. And if you're a land developer, you can also use them to feature the community. You can showcase the drone footage throughout your project, showing the parklands, the local amenity, and the types of infrastructure that are nearby, like access to transport. And the final one is how-to features. So videos talking about how to decorate your home, or how to sign your contract, or how to choose the best builder, how to choose the best land development, things like that. You can also, developers and builders could team up together and maybe do something about how to build your home from the ground up, or how is your home built, or how is the infrastructure laid out in your development. There's lots of things that you can do with existing content that you have. So the best practice for YouTube, you need to make sure you're optimizing your videos for SEO and visibility. So it's important to do this. Descriptions for your video are really important. Having the right title is vital, or else I could say having the right title is vital. And every YouTube property video should be uploaded with a really appealing thumbnail. So that's the first frame that people are going to see when they search. You also need to plan your video content. So just like you plan your blogs and your social media, YouTube videos need to be planned out in advance, so you know what to prepare and how to go about the whole production. So will you be doing it using still images? Are you going to do a full photo shoot, or with a video shoot with a camera crew? Is there going to be a script attached to it? So make sure you do some planning before you just rush out and start doing it. And no one's going to know that you've got videos on YouTube unless you tell them. So as part of your planning, make sure you've got some social media mentions. So you should be linking your property video marketing campaign with any social media campaigns. And at the very least, you need to let people know that you're creating videos and you're posting them on YouTube. So you can do that on a social shout out, watch our latest video, and, linked to YouTube. You can do it in your EDMs as well. And the final thing on YouTube is you need to end it with a bang. So at the end of a YouTube video, you can add an end screen that can really make a lot of difference. So the end screen can be added to the last 15 to 20 seconds of your video, and you can use it to promote other videos or encourage viewers to subscribe to your YouTube channel. You can also link other content and other videos, and hope that they're going to click through and see all the content that you have to offer. So just to summarize for YouTube, I think it's really, really underused in the property industry. I think we're all a little bit afraid of it. And for some publicly listed companies, for example, they don't let you have your own project YouTube channel. But I think that there is a really, really big opportunity for YouTube. All right, we're going to move on to Instagram TV, also known as IGTV. And Abby, welcome to you. Tell us about IGTV.
Thank you. I think IGTV gets a little bit lost within the Instagram platform. So I think some people can get a little bit confused because when you post to Instagram now, there are 4 different ways. You can post to your feed, you can post to stories, you can do a live video on your stories, and then you also have Instagram TV or IGTV. And I want you to think of IGTV as just another way to upload a video. So it's just another way to add video to your Instagram feed. And I'll give you an example of where you might need to or want to use Instagram TV. So let's say you have a video that's 3 minutes long. It could be a testimonial video or a how-to video, a walkthrough of a home. The thing with Instagram, your Instagram feed, is that it only supports videos that are 1 minute long. So in order to post it to your feed and not use Instagram TV, you're going to have to figure out a way to condense this 3 minute long video into 1 minute or 60-minute segments. With IGTV, you can bypass that. So IGTV, you can post videos from 15 seconds to 10 minutes long. But it also depends on your account. So if you have a verified account or an account with more than 10,000 followers, you can post up to 1 hour long videos. And essentially when you post a video to IGTV, you can also add that video to your feed. So you get to select what thumbnail you want, you get to write a description, just like a normal caption on your Instagram feed, and then you get to share it. So Instagram TV also has its own feed. So if you were to go into your Instagram app, click at the bottom, there's the little magnifying glass, the search button, and then up in the left-hand corner, there'll be IGTV. And if you click on that, there's a feed there. So it's every time you post to Instagram TV, it's like you also have your own IGTV channel, and you will appear when people do that search, you can appear in the IGTV feed. So who's using Instagram? So we can't cut down exactly and figure out who's using Instagram TV, but on Instagram, there are over 9 million Australians. So that's 38%. So that's a pretty big deal. And slightly the majority of these are female, and the biggest age group is between 25 years and 34 years. So fits really within that first home buyer age group, if we're generalizing. So if we're going to hone in on using IGT for property, it's all about being visual and it's all about making connections with your customer. But I really want to focus on the fact that IGTV is really easy to incorporate into your current social media strategy. So if you're producing videos for YouTube or you're recording testimonials to feature on your website, all of these videos can be placed into IGTV. You don't need to have a completely separate strategy. You just need to have a schedule for how many videos you might like to post a week or a month. So another thing is that I think a lot of people think that IGTV videos have to be a completely different type of video, and that's not true. They do generally need to be more polished than the videos you're going to feature on your stories. But you can use a video that you would post to YouTube. So, and it doesn't necessarily have to be vertical. Vertical is best practice, but it definitely doesn't have to be vertical. So if you have a whole heap of videos that are shot in the normal video aspect that you would see on YouTube, and you have posted them all to YouTube and you're really not maximizing where else you can post them, adding them to Instagram TV is a perfect solution until you are able to create a strategy for filming in vertical. And a really important statistic just on the slide before, sorry Jude, was more than 70% of home buyers watch video tours and 54% watch videos for information about a home. That's a US stat, but it just sort of proves that more and more people want to watch video when it's about homes and when it's about visualizing the home that they're going to be in. So that's why harnessing IGTV and video content on Instagram is so important, because Instagram is such a highly visual platform that you're really not using it to its capacity if you're not including videos of all different lengths. So how can you get more views on your IGTV? So you want to use hashtags. Hashtags are so important for getting more views on your content because people actually follow hashtags, and that means that they're going to get notified when people are posting and using the hashtag that they're following. So that hashtag could be hashtag first home buyers, hashtag sustainable living, hashtag sustainable community, whatever it is. You want to be using hashtags that are relevant to the content that you're creating because it's going to get you more views. You also want to promote yourself outside of Instagram. So if you are doing regular Instagram TVs, say you want to do a series every week, or you want to post a certain amount every month, you want to be promoting these outside of Instagram too. So it could be sending a message out to your database saying, follow us on socials. We're doing an Instagram TV series, or we've got some really engaging videos. It could be posting about it on Facebook, or it could be linking your YouTube video to some Instagram videos that you have. Using Instagram Live and Stories. So when a platform has multiple features, it works really well when you can harness all of those features. It's kind of like you get rewarded for using all of the features of a platform. And when you're posting to IGTV, you can also repurpose. I know we speak about repurposing a lot, but it makes your content planning so much easier. So let's say you're at one of your events, or at a conference or a workshop, and you decide to do a live video. And you record live, and perhaps there's an interview in there, or perhaps there's some behind the scenes footage, and you post that to your live feed on your stories. You can then save that video. You can top and tail it if you like. You don't have to. You can top and tail it with an intro slide and an outro slide. Perhaps you might like to add some music. Then you can post that to your IGTV. What you can also do with that live video is you can cut it up into 15-second segments and post that to your stories. So all you've done is you've spent a few minutes taking one video, and from that you can create 10, 15, 20 different videos that you can feature on your Instagram in different formats. You also want to consider the timing. So you're going to know better than anyone the best time to post, because you can check on your Instagram insights, and you want to make sure that you're posting your IGTVs at the best time where they're going to get more engagement and more views. And you also need to know your target audience really well. You also want to publish regularly. So like I said before, if you want to create a series where you're posting one a week, or perhaps you only want to do one a month because you're still getting used to video content, that's fine. But just post as regularly as you can without sacrificing on quality. You don't want to rush to post 10 or 15 videos that are not very good quality. So just do what feels right, and do it in a way that you can still maintain the quality of your videos. IGTV versus YouTube. So I touched on this a little bit before. There are differences. So YouTube is the platform you want to be on if you want to be known as someone who produces really high quality video content. So if you want to have a huge plethora of videos, YouTube is the place. But IGTV is the place to post a video when you want to enhance your Instagram content and you want to engage with your Instagram following more. IGTVs need to be dynamic and entertaining. So YouTube is great for tutorials, because generally when people want to know how to do something, they're going to Google it and it's going to show up on YouTube. But you can also do tutorials and how-to videos on IGTV. You might just want to add some background music or find a way that makes it a little bit more fun and a little bit more creative. And like I said before, you can pretty much post the videos that you've got for YouTube straight into your IGTV. And finally, best practice. So for IGTV, you want to go vertical if you can. So if you have a plan for filming vertical, that's great, harness it and use it. If you don't just yet, that's completely fine. you can still post non-vertical videos to IGTV. You want to stay true to your brand. So videos that really resonate with your brand and are going to resonate with your customers. You do kind of want to think outside the box a little bit though, because IGTV is all about visuals and being creative and being a little bit fun, and also being super authentic. So behind the scenes footage is going to work really well. The right video length. There's no need to film extra time. You don't need to try and drag your video out. Short and sharp is the best way to go. And do not forget your hashtags.
Thanks, Abby. That was a really great overview about IGTV. Someone's asked me a question about my thoughts about Vimeo, and I've had to be very honest with them. I know about Vimeo. I don't really know enough about it, but we'll take that on board. We'll do some investigation and perhaps write a blog about it and share it with everybody. All right, welcome to Georgie. Georgie's going to talk to us about TikTok.
Thanks, Jude. It's very hard not to break into song when you say the words TikTok, but I will try and avoid that for your benefit. So TikTok is a Chinese-owned video sharing social network platform, which is owned by a company called ByteDance. It's currently the #1 downloaded app in the App Store, and given all our extra time in a lockdown at the moment, there are more people than ever downloading it and using it to create short dance clips, lip syncing videos, sporting videos, and I've even seen someone standing on their roof and throwing a piece of toast to land it in a toaster below. So if you sit down and jump on TikTok, you'll look up and it's been 2 hours of your time that you've just spent looking at these crazy videos. So the latest Roy Morgan data shows that over 1.6 million Australians are using the app in a month, and that's the equivalent to 7% of the population. So it's not huge at the moment, but it is growing. So who is using it? So in Australia, TikTok is has the highest popularity amongst Generation Alpha and Generation Z. Sorry, Jude, next slide.
Sorry, I just had an issue with technical. Here we go.
All good. So yeah, as I said, the biggest users are Generation Alpha and Generation Z. So Generation Alpha are born between anywhere after 2006, and they make up 21% of users. Generation Z are born between 1991 and 2005, and they make up 14% of users. So as you can see, it is such a young user group, the biggest users, sorry. Millennials make up 6%, and that is equivalent to 308,000 users in Australia, but I imagine that that is growing daily. And the old Generation X and baby boomers haven't really adopted to it yet, but like Facebook, it's something that they'll probably get onto in 3 years' time. So from a gender perspective, like other platforms, there is a skew towards women and girls in this instance, and they comprise over 2/3 of the users of TikTok. So similarly to other platforms, some tips on how to use TikTok. So catch trends. So there's a dance trend and it goes viral. There's a jumping off a roof trend and it'll go viral. Use hashtags. So some of the really popular, I looked up the trending hashtags for TikTok for 2020. Everyone does FYP. I think it's for your page. TikTok hot, TikTok generation, TikTok dances, and a very popular one at the moment is quarantine life. Be creative, be authentic. I find that everyone's really cool when I look at it, and that might just be my age, but be cool, and don't take yourself too seriously. Influencers are up and coming as well, and I wanted just to touch on this quick case study. So Nike has taken a really cool approach to TikTok. Well, not cool, it's just Nike being Nike, their users are cool. So rather than posting video content of their own, they're cashing in on user-generated content. So if you go to and search the hashtag Nike, you'll find millions and millions of videos of people jumping into a pair of Nikes, playing basketball in their Nikes, and they've all hashtagged the Nike brand, and it's free advertising for Nike, and it just showcases the power of social media for brands like, for big brands like Nike. And then in terms of property, we had a bit of a think, similarly to YouTube and Instagram. You could use it for ideas such as interiors, how-to videos, room transformations, career snapshots. So you could do some interviews with some people in your team, why I chose to become a career in property development. You could showcase some drone footage and show some before and afters. Some time-lapse videos could work really well. Educational videos for that younger demographic, such as how to start saving for a deposit, behind the scenes at property events, and like Instagram, you go back to the times where you used to start promoting to include it as a hashtag. So you just start doing that for TikTok as well. In terms of advertising, you can advertise on TikTok. You can do brand takeovers. So if you are familiar with TikTok, it'll be the first ad that you see when you log into your news feed. Native ads as well. So these appear between videos, but they can be skipped through pretty quickly. Sponsored hashtag challenges, that's an interesting one, but it's very popular on TikTok. I don't know if it's right for property businesses. Branded lenses, the one that jumps to mind for me, it's effectively a filter, and the one that springs to mind is like a Heineken filter that they launched during the Australian Open, and it just can place you wearing a Heineken hat that has some straws coming down into your mouth. So branded lenses are things you can do. And influencer ads like other social media platforms, and they're a really good way to get your product across, and it's not so in your face. And much like Facebook, you can target your audience when you're doing your advertising on TikTok. We thought we'd share this cool Samsung Galaxy app, not app, it's an ad, just to showcase how short and fast and catchy the ads are.
To give you awesome life. Get it. Awesome screen, awesome camera, long-lasting battery life. Awesome screen, awesome camera, long-lasting battery life. Come dance with us. Awesome. Long-lasting battery life.
So from that, you can really see who they're targeting. I think that had a female skew, younger, cooler demographic. So if you're looking at doing some ads, it's the way to go. And then,
To give you awesome life.
is that me or you, Jude?
That was, technical, it was me, of course.
You gave me a fright. So is TikTok right for your brand and for property brands? So it's the next frontier in social media, and it only has a small uptake at the moment, but it is growing. So at the moment, we feel that it's a really good time to understand it and know its capabilities, so that when someone from development comes and asks you why you're not on TikTok, as Judy implied, you have a response ready. Like Facebook and Instagram before, we feel like its uptake will be slow with the older demographic, but they'll get it eventually, and it's that demographic that are more likely to make those property related decisions now. But in saying that, it's also a good time to start thinking about that new wave of buyers who will be coming in over the next few years, as content marketing is such a long-term strategy. So we need to start thinking about that Generation Z audience. So they're the first generation that have been born into a time when all they've known is technology. So when they're searching for houses in a few years' time, everything will be done online. They'll need information at their fingertips. They're socially aware, environmentally aware. They might even be the first generation that pay for a property using cryptocurrency. I don't know about that, but we'll see. So even if TikTok maybe not 100% right for your brand right now, it's time to start thinking about it with a long-term vision.
Yeah, that's a good point, Georgie. Long-term vision, playing the long game.
That's it. You've got a lovely article about that.
Oh, thanks for promoting that. Okay, what's the final word for today? We're just encouraging everyone to increase your knowledge about each platform. Think about how you can include YouTube, IGTV and TikTok in your content plan. And next week, we're going to talk all about video. So make sure you tune in, don't chew, just tune. We're going to be with our video specialist, Steph Neal, who will join me to talk about how to educate, entertain and engage with video. Thanks everybody for tuning in to all our webinars. Thanks so much.